Hi Tech family, welcome to the part 18 of Solidity programming language course. In this video, we will learn about the mapping in Solidity. If you have the background of any other programming languages, you may be familiar with the concept of dictionary. It is similar to that. The value stored in the mapping is in the form of key and value pairs. The key will be any built-in type of Solidity and the value will be of any type. If you don't have the background of any other programming languages, it will be a little bit confusion for you. But when we go dive deep in this mapping of Solidity, like when we start coding in Remix IDE, it will become more clear to you. So stick with us, it's not that much hard. The syntax of mapping look like this. We have a keyword mapping and the key type and the value type, and then we have to specify the visibility and the name of our mapping. To understand it practically, let's move to the Remix IDE. Like always, we have the SPDX license identifier and the version of compiler and a contract in place. To create a map, the Solidity provides us a keyword which is mapping, and as you have seen in the syntax, we have to put parentheses and then not the real key value pairs but their types. Let's say the type of our key will be of uint and then the value will be of type string, and then we will specify the visibility public and the name of the map will be, let's say, my data. Put semicolon, press Ctrl S, we are all set, and then move to the deploy and run transaction. Deploy, check the first instance, we got the my data and a field in front of it. When we type 0, we got 0 and a string. On 0 key, we have a value string, but for now it's empty because there is no data on it. You may be thinking it's something look like the array, like on index we have values, but in case of mapping we have keys and values. I will also clear that confusion later in this video, but first let's focus on these basic steps of mapping. Now to insert some data in this mapping my data, for that we will create a function like always, that will be a setter function. It will take two parameters. The key will be of type uint key and the value will be of type string and value, and we will make its visibility public. Open body my data key equal to value, same as we did in the arrays, but there is a huge difference in mapping and arrays. It will be clear to you in a while. Okay, so press Ctrl S, we got an error just because we also have to put memory here in front of string. Press Ctrl S, we are all set, and close this one. Deploy another contract. Now we have two methods in place. On 0, we got 0 and string as we get previously. So now we will set some value in here. Let's say I want to set some value on 5 key. The key will be 5 and the value will be, let's say, John. Set it. When I check the 5, we got the John value. Just like this, we can insert some value on our particular key, and if I want to set some value on key 3, that will be okay and set it. When we check 3, we got that particular value. To dive more deep in it, we will use the struct complex data type so that it will become more clear to you. So inside the contract I will create a struct. If you are new to this channel and watching this video, and if you don't know what is struct, so I will recommend please check out the channel. You will find the video of struct data type. First watch it and then come here, so it will be more clear to you how can we work with this struct. Now we will specify the name of the struct. Let's say employee, and its subtypes will be string name and string skills, and instead of this string now we will put this employee. Now we have that complex data type, and in here I also have to increase these values. That's our key, and this will be name, and we will create another parameter string memory skills, just like this. And the next thing we have to do it in here, we have to remove that value and put employee, and inside its parentheses we will specify the name we have passed in the parameters and skills. Just like this, press Ctrl S, close this instance, deploy another one. First let's check on 5 we have name and skills. Just because you can see instead of a simple string we have now a complex data type. It has sub data types of name and skill. That's because we have got name and skills and that are empty. Now we will set some value in here, then we will check on 5. I will set some value or a name of employee, that will be Steve, and he is a blockchain developer. I will set it, and then again check this 5. We got the name Steve and the blockchain developer. Just like this, we also can use the struct in here in the mapping, and then we can insert the data in it. I have told you a couple of minutes before, we will understand the difference between mapping and the arrays. So let's move to an PPT and then we will start understanding the difference between array and a map. You will see a table on the screen. That's mapping and that's the array. In the mapping, we have keys of 100 and 150 and the values are same, but in case of array we have index instead of key, 0, 1, 2 and John, Steve and Joy, just like the mapping. But the thing you have missed in here to notice, we have 100 and 150 and in here 0, 1, 2. Why is that? That's because let's say the key of that Steve is 100. We only can access to the Steve when we use the key of 100. So if you have seen when we deploy the contract, if I set the value of Steve on 100, so we can only access the Steve on the 100 key. But if you see the array, we have the 1 value in the sequence 0, 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and so on. But in mapping, we have not any sequence. We can specify any value on any key and the key will be of built-in type and the value will be of any type, but the array is in the sequence 0, 1 and 2. Let's say the Steve is on 100 and it's inside an array. So to create an array of 100 indexes, we have to create an fixed array of 100 indexes. You can see on the screen just like this, and then you will set some value on that 100 index. Let's say you will set the Steve, but the values coming before the 100 like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the values before the 100 will be useless and they will take many space in the contract just because the value we want to access is Steve and is on 100 index and it's an array. But the mapping make it easy for us. We want to set an value on 100, we can easily set the key of 100 and then the Steve. Just like this, we can set in the mapping. That was the difference between the mapping and the array. I hope I have cleared your confusions about this mapping and array. So if you found this video helpful, hit a thumb on the like button and leave a comment if something is not clear to you. For now, goodbye and I will see you in the next video.